Is my boyfriend cheating on me or is he just losing feelings? My boyfriend and I have been dating for 3.5 years, but I recently feel like there is something off ever since he started graduate school. He has stopped putting effort in our relationship, such as planning dates, and I tried to ignore it until recently. It was my birthday and he didn't plan a date or get me anything because he said he was stressed about his finals. Which I totally get, but he barely acknowledged that it was my birthday. It was the night before my birthday that he last minute asked if we can go out to eat lunch for my birthday a month later instead because he's stressed about his exams. He needs good grades to get a good internship this summer, and didn't have anything planned. He also just said happy birthday once through text and that was it. I don't mind not getting a gift, but I thought he would make it up other ways, such as verbally and emotionally showing me extra love on my birthday. But I can't help to feel like he's falling out of love with me because my past birthdays he would non-stop show me affection whether we were physically in person together or not. Also for his birthday I put in so much effort and planned a surprised birthday party for him with all his friends. I can help but selfishly feel a little hurt that not even 1/10 of the effort was even put in. Here are more things I have noticed that is a little suspicious. -3 weeks ago when we were having intimate, he put a pillow behind my back and showed me a new intimate position. I was shocked because we have never done that before, and when I asked him where he learned it from, he just smiled at me. Only girls know that a pillow feels good for us with that intimate position, unless he found it on the internet. Once he started graduate school, he was also going to the clubs and bars with his new grad school friends every single week, 4 to 5 times in a row, in 1 month, and we barely see each other twice a month. He tells me he is very stressed with school, and I would think clubbing is the last place you would go if you're focusing on your grades. Also the group he goes with are all mainly girls and never invites me until he is about to head out the door. When I brought it up to him that I feel uncomfortable that he goes to clubs/bars every week, he assured me that he's not doing anything suspicious but will try to not go that often. He also said he will take me when he goes. He has never broke my trust, but I just can't help but feel uneasy. Especially since I have not met his new friends yet. I would like to believe that he is very stressed with school right now and that's why he is acting like this, but do you think he is falling out of love? Or does any of this sound suspicious at all? Comment. It sounds like he is being very impulsive. I would address it with him and ask if you could go with him to the club or bar, even if you don't drink. But this is sounding suspicious. If he loves you, he would want to be with you as much as he can, while still being able to do hobbies, such as clubbing. The first half made me think he was scatterbrained, stressed, and overwhelmed. Rarely though does it work out when you hear the story of a partner suspected of cheating is all of a sudden going to the club a lot and you discover they are the epitome of chaste and loyal virtue. He's going with a group of women and not inviting you. Going out to party when you are stressed is a way some cope. What he is doing and your gut feelings that this isn't just being overwhelmed would have me skeptical too. You need to talk to him about all this and see how he responds. The level of difficulty between an undergrad degree and a graduate program cannot be adequately explained with words. My ma robbed the soul out of me for 18 months. He stuffed a pillow under your back? Maybe he watched the same TikTok I've seen. Going out with classmates, depending on his degree program, may be the sort of networking within his cohort that is encouraged. Whatever's going on, if he's committed to you, he won't mind you making an effort to be a part of those social activities. Story 2. I am having heavy thoughts of leaving my boyfriend of 1 year. What should I do? So, to put a very long 1-year story short, from the beginning of our relationship my BF has had issues meeting my needs. I willingly made his life easy, meeting his needs and taking care of him, doing things like taking care of all the chores, cooking all the meals, buying all the groceries, making sure he got up on time and updating him on things that needed to be done, and kind of just accepted it, hoping that as our relationship went on he would have the desire to meet my needs. I did this for 8 or 9 months of our relationship until I finally reached a breaking point when he went on a trip to Japan with his friends. During that 2-week time period I only got 4 calls, collective of 20 minutes in total, and a handful of messages. I completely ruined my sleep schedule so that I would be awake when he was and sleeping when he was as well to make it easier for communication, but even still homeboy rarely put in the effort to communicate with me. It wasn't until the last 3 days of his trip that he started contacting me more. I blew it all off as him being on vacation and having fun. I'm not going to hold that against him. That was back in June. I found myself having mental breakdowns from the combination of taking care of him, and still working my 54-hour work weeks. All I wanted was a bit more effort in our intimate life. I've only gotten off a few times during this entire year, and that's only when I do it myself, and anytime I suggest him trying something new or trying out things, he forgets or says I didn't know that was an option. Even when given material to research with, he refuses, and a few compliments here and there. He's only complimented twice in these past 4 months. It's only easy to remember how many because it's a once-in-a-blue-moon type of thing. Each time I bring something up that needs to be changed, I actively make sure that I'm not attack him. I use words like I feel and this is what I'm seeing, even if that's not your intention. I've never once raised my voice, gotten argumentative or given attitude during these regular conversations, but I wouldn't like that to be done to me. These conversations happen every 2 weeks, as I make it a point to do check-ins and ask the questions: how has these past few weeks been? Is there anything I need to do better? Was there anything that upset you? What would you like more of? Of course, not until recently did he actually have anything but positive things to say. In the past month, I have basically given up. After a year of being patient and understanding, I have found it increasingly harder to keep a level head when everything I express or need goes unlistened to and unmet. I pick up after myself, clean my own dishes, wash my own laundry and take care of my dog. I have stopped putting in effort. It's hard not to feel a sort of spite and resentment. I've tried explaining this to him, that I understand exactly where he's coming from because he's in a position I've been in for an entire year. Here are some other things that rub me the wrong way that he doesn't seem to have any remorse for. For the first 8 months, no matter what I said, he would finish inside me without asking. 3 of those months was when I wasn't on birth control. I spent over $700 on Plan Bs. He has a video game addiction, will play them while I'm sleeping and continue to play them well after I'm awake, only leaving me with an hour of his time each day. He still hasn't told me he loves me. His reason is I don't know what love means or looks like, so why would I even say it back? We had this conversation 7 months in when I told him I loved him, and also stated that I didn't expect him to say it back. That was his response. He says he can't compliment me because as a man he's not used to getting compliments, so he doesn't know when to say them or how. I compliment him constantly. I had to wait 9 months for a small change in his communication skills. If I don't start conversations, he won't talk to me. The only time he takes me seriously is once I'm pushed to the point of sobbing. I don't cry easily. On a brighter note, he's actually planning dates now for at least once a month. And he gifted me for the first time a month ago with a Polaroid camera. Honestly, there's a lot more that could be said. But I'd be making a book if I made a rundown of the entire relationship. I just feel like a douchebag now for having thoughts of leaving, now that he's actually starting to try. Should I leave? Should I stay? If I stay, how do I even begin to let go of this year of hurt? If I leave, I don't know how to let him down gently. Comment. This is sounding like my situation. I will say the thing about the finishing inside you and not saying anything really rubbed me the wrong way. He's a bit older than you and he thinks he's entitled to not doing chores, and not taking care of your needs, let alone your pleasure. I know it would, and it is always hard to break up with people, but he sounds oblivious. And on the other hand, uncaring. Video game addiction? Don't you want to travel the world with a man that says he loves you? You took care of someone older than you for 9 months hoping he would care about you eventually? He would have no reason to, since you're staying and doing everything for him, getting nothing in return. And you check in with him, but he doesn't check in with you about the relationship. It took him your entire relationship to even start doing the bare minimum. This is why he chose someone younger. Why are you so concerned about how he feels about breaking up, when he hasn't been concerned about how you feel at all? Value yourself, leave now, and in the future, don't stick around for neglect and mistreatment.